Hello children, so today we're going to read about Mydriatics. You all must know what Mydriatics are, right? Can anyone tell me what Mydriatics are? Mydriatics are, chemicals or drugs that actually widen your pupils. So what are pupils? Pupils are the hole that you see, in your eye. When you see an eye, you see there is a small little hole. The central hole, that is known as pupil. The space, that hole is known as pupil. And the muscle, this is known as iris, the iris muscle. So this pupil is what we're concerned about here. Now, Mydriatics are the drugs which actually widen this pupil, which make the pupil, wide. So more light can enter inside. So just as I said, more light can enter inside. What do you think would be the reason for you to, actually let in more light into your, your eyes? So the very basic need is for refractory examinations. So when you have to do refractory examinations, you need more light to enter your eyes so you can actually have a proper investigation of your eyesight. Now, as I said, the Mydriatics are drugs which can actually widen your pupil. Now they act on the iris muscle because they cannot act on this hole. They act on the iris muscle, contract it, thus widening the pupil size. Now Mydriatics are usually anticholinergics. Why? Because cholinergic drugs are meiotic. What is meiosis then? Meiosis is the reverse of mydriasis. Moving forward, atropine is the prototype drug for anticholinergic drugs. And why don't we use it for mydriatic drugs? Why don't we use it? Because we don't use atropine here. The reason is because atropine is very much potent. Atropine is very potent. Now, because atropine is very potent, you'll have the actions of anticholinergic drugs on your eyes for a long duration, which is not required. So we have substitutes, actual real substitutes of atropine, which we actually use in clinical life. Those three important ones are homitropine. The second one being cyclopentanolate. And the third one being tropicamide. Now, if you are reading for an examination and you're reading for a quick a quick review, tropicamide is the drug you need to know, you need to care about. These two drugs are not used clinically. Now, what is homitropine? Homitropine is a drug which is 10 times less potent than atropine. So 10 times is not what we actually want. We want even lesser. But still, homitropine is 10 times less potent and its action takes around 60 minutes to occur, and it lasts for a week. So not just it's taking more time, it's lasting so long. And it has cycloplegic effects. What is cycloplegia? Cycloplegia. So I'll tell you what is cycloplegia. We'll take a next page, new page. So cycloplegia. When you talk about cyclo means ciliary. Plegia means ciliary muscle, of course. Plegia means paralysis. So ciliary muscle paralysis, which leads to loss of accommodation. So your accommodation is lost. You cannot focus on near objects. Okay, because your ciliary muscle should contract if it's going to focus on near objects. So your cycloplegia is not required for a week. You'll have problems for a week. The second drug, which is cyclopentanolate, it is kind of its action remains for 3 days, around 3 days, and it takes around 45 minutes for it to act. Now still it has some certain problems, like cycloplegia still is consistent with this, and in children this drug penetrates the eye